All right, let's start this meeting real quick before I post the second Lord of the Flies unit test. We'll go over chapters 11 and 12 real quick because we didn't get to go over them. You throw up a screen over here. All right, so slideshow from the beginning. Chapter 11. In case you didn't read it, spoiler alert, Piggy dies. Look at the picture. Taking one to the face. All right, so this is after they take Piggy's glasses. They still think they can go and approach Jack and be reasonable. They even say, hey man, let's, comb our hair, get washed up. That'll prove that we're, still civilized. Doesn't matter anymore, right? They don't get that. They get there. Piggy has the conch shell. He starts talking. Doesn't take long for Roger to drop a big rock on his head. Kind of foreshadowed earlier in the novel when he was throwing rocks at that little kid that this is something that was going to happen, right? He was throwing rocks at Henry in the beginning, almost hitting him, but not quite. All right, we're beyond that now. Should be noted too that the actual rock didn't kill him. They even said in there that it gave him a glancing blow. But that didn't matter because it caused him to fall off a big giant cliff where he got smushed on impact, right? Ralph and Jack fight. Once Ralph sees what happens to Piggy, it's actually, they start fighting before Piggy's dead. Piggy's kind of the one that breaks it up. Before he's killed, he falls and lands on some rocks below, and it doesn't look good for Piggy. They don't spare any details. Say his brains, we talk about symbolically, intelligence, reason is gone. Those are his brains. His brains literally came out of his head and were swept out to sea. So intelligence literally left the island because his head gets smushed on the rocks. Conch shatters. What does that signify? The death of any possible order anymore, and reason, and democracy. It's gone. Now Ralph kind of gets that he's in trouble. Jack forces Sam and Eric to join his tribe, forces him through torture, like, join me or we're gonna hurt you. So they join. They find Ralph hiding and they warn Ralph, the hunters are coming and they're not hunting a pig anymore, they're hunting you. You are the pig. There's no longer any reason no longer any bargaining, no reasoning with Jack. There's only the hunt and you're the hunted. Good luck. Sharpen a stick at both ends. Ironically, to force Ralph out of hiding, they throw rocks on him and they set the brush on fire. Why is it ironic? Because this is the fire that a rescue boat sees. And that's how they get rescued, by Jack starting this fire. He starts the fire. That's the one that the boat sees. Who would have thought? Yeah, so why they want to sharpen a stick at both ends. They don't explicitly say it, but you can put two and two together. The next offering they're going to put on that stick to the beast, Ralph's head. I want you to be familiar with this term, Deus ex machina. It's a Latin term meaning crappy ending. That's not literally what it means, but it kind of means crappy ending. It's a term that means a story ends with a seemingly improbable occurrence. right? There's no hope for Ralph. He's about to become shish kebab. And oh, look, last minute, there's a naval officer. Right? Hey, boys, what are you doing? This is almost the equivalent of I can't think of an ending, so he woke up and it was all a dream, right? Kind of a cop-out. What would you have liked to have seen? How would you have liked it to end? I don't know. You know, maybe Ralph takes out a couple of the hunters in his fight. Maybe they get him, right? Maybe it ends Castaway style. He built a raft, right? He sets sail on his own. Maybe he's the only one that gets rescued. That's what I would have liked to have seen. Anyway, but this is how it ends. Probably the worst part of this whole story is the officer's reaction. What would you think? You see a kid all bloody and beaten up, crawling out onto the sand behind him. You see a pack of savages, painted, spears, screaming, throwing spears and rocks. And what does this guy think? Oh, you guys playing some kind of game? That's his impression of it, right? So imagine Ralph surviving all this, finally sees rescue, and his rescuer just assumes they're all playing a game, right? He even criticizes them. He says, a bunch of you kids, you're British. You should have put on a better show than this. What's the irony? Where's he coming from? A freaking world war, right? That he's involved in, right? The officer doesn't put two and two together. Ralph probably does, though, at this point, right? Ralph grew up real quick. Not that he wanted to, right? It's that whole death of innocence thing. He knows things now that probably maybe a kid his age shouldn't know about the world and about people and about what's inside. What have we learned? It might not be much for memes, but I kind of like this. It tells a story, right? You had the conch shell trying to keep at bay these other things, chaos, murder, the darkness that lives within us all. Didn't hold very long, did it? So that's the story in a nutshell, right? Do you buy into the author's opinion of humanity? Are we all evil deep down? Or there are a few Ralphs and Piggies and Simons there that might save us? I don't know. You'll have to decide. We'll talk about this more during our Zoom meeting on Tuesday. I'm going to post this, watch this before you take the test, which is also going to be posted today. All righty, take it easy.